Is the German government really bankrupt? Why did they stop investing in spending money on several government projects? What exactly is Germany's debt brake mechanism? And why are there so many controversial discussions on this topic going on these days? Let's discuss in today's update. But before we start, of course, I would like to know, what is your opinion on this topic? Do you think countries and governments should spend money like there's no tomorrow? Should make new debt to cover their projects and expenditures? Or do you think it is actually necessary to have some kind of system, some kind of mechanism that controls the government and official expenditures of money? You can let me know in the comments below. Winter time in Germany. It's white, snowy, cold and dark. Welcome all to today's update. My name is Mark, I'm in Germany, and we are not going to discuss China today. We will discuss Germany's debt problem. There's a mechanism in Germany called Schuldenbremse. You can translate it as debt brake mechanism. Several days ago there was the news that the German government has decided on its budget for next year, for 2024. And after that they realized actually it's not feasible. They are spending more than they're allowed to. There's a mechanism here in Germany that manages, that controls how much the government can spend in each fiscal year, how much it can indebt or take on new debt in order to finance their expenditures, their projects. For next year, 2024, they have actually submitted a huge budget for things like social welfare, education, economy, but also military expenditures, development funds, all kinds of expenditures. In the end, they realized it doesn't work like this. They're actually 60 billion euros above the allowed budget, above what they're actually allowed to spend by this mechanism, by this debt brake mechanism. So the answer to previously posed question is pretty straightforward. No, Germany's government is not bankrupt. However, they have frozen some of the funds that they wanted to use to pay for several projects. And they have aligned to discuss these things and to re-evaluate the budget and the new debts until end of the year, until Christmas. So until then, there's de facto a stop on expenditures. Now the other question, which is not that straightforward, is whether or not this mechanism makes sense, if it's still up to date. Because many countries are spending money like there's no tomorrow, making new debts all the time, not really caring about tomorrow or what will happen in the future. And so many people and experts in Germany, but also other European countries, are asking themselves why Germany is doing that. Why all the other countries are spending money and only Germans should be considerate, should take care of, should have a limit on their expenses and on their new debt. Of course, there's also other voices, other opinions saying that it is actually very useful and a very good mechanism to control your debts, and that it's nice to have this and necessary to keep it. Of course, I would like to hear what your opinion on this matter is. Do you think governments need to control their spendings, or do you think everybody should do the same and just spend money for the things that they plan to spend it on? Anyways, there was one German politician who had actually quite an interesting point. He said that Germany does not have an income problem. In fact, this year Germany reached the highest tax income in its whole history. So the question is actually not whether we have enough income to pay for all of these things. He said that the problem is not the income. The problem is more an expenditure problem. Germany is just spending too much money on all kinds of things. And I do agree that the German government should reevaluate, recalculate which things are actually really necessary and which things might be postponed or even cancelled. I think the next couple days and weeks will be quite interesting because they will have to come up with some kind of solution. Otherwise, the budget will remain frozen. They will not be able to pay for their obligations, for their projects. So I don't really know what is going to be the solution here, but of course I will keep you up to date. But how is the situation in your country? Does your government just spend money like there's no tomorrow? Doesn't take any care about their debts and obligations to financial institutions and other countries? Or do they do it in a quite controlled manner and controlled way? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. That's already it for today's update. It's getting kinda cold. It's time to go to the gym and have my workout for today. If you like the video, if you think it's interesting, you can support by leaving a like, by following my channel, by commenting, by sharing, and so on. As always, I would like to thank you for joining in today, for watching, for staying until the end. Bye for now. See you in the next update.